I got some big news. A lot of people did not like My Hero Academia's ending. I know. Shocking, right? Well, I'm not here to defend the ending, but I definitely do think it completed Deku's character and made him one of the best, if not the best, hero in anime. Let's start off with bravery. Even as a kid, Deku was fighting multiple people with powers to defend against, not even for his own sake, but a random kid being bullied by Bakugo's crew. He was already putting his life on the line for others since the beginning. Later on in life, the same kid he saw bullying someone tells him to off himself. One of, if not the worst things you can tell someone. And yet Deku was mature enough to put this to the side and risk his own life to save his. He did this with no powers and again, was still able to think rationally enough to find one thing that could slightly help to the rescue. While several pro heroes with powers were afraid to do something before help arrived. Later in the series again, we see him put his own health at risk and even life multiple times, damaging his body time and time again. And it's funny because people will say Deku was a coward or something along those lines because we see him cry a lot, but it is never related to fighting as we see him suffer multiple serious injuries and literally go armless willingly to save the youth side of Shigaraki. And he wasn't crying at all then. He only cries for emotional related things when he is touched or moved. He's always been about that action and is never scared to save. Goes into our next topic, selflessness. Once more, he's damaged his body time and time again when he did get his powers, but even before and after, we see him risking his life against people with powers, not even for his own sake. The man literally saved the world at 16 with his final smash, giving his dream up in the process. Bakugo says it himself that Deku was always thinking of others. This is a key hero trait and point in his character that we've seen all the way back in the UA tournament where Deku meddled in Shoto's family business to try and help him. Hard work, another thing a lot of people talk about Deku lacking. It's funny how people try to discredit Deku and say that he was gifted his power, not earned, when it is clearly shown that for 10 months Deku was going through excruciating training, lifting All Might, someone like 2 times his size. For All Might to even tell Deku he was overdoing it, and then again later for Deku to surpass All Might, the number one hero at the time's expectations in the end, clearing the entire beach. As Nana said with All Might, Deku is even better than other quirk users because he worked for his power. He was not born with it like everyone else, he truly earned it. Being humble, another big part of being a hero. Deku doesn't see himself as better than anyone. He never boasted for having the most powerful quirk in the verse and treats people around him with respect and high regard. Even after the guy saved the world at 16, he didn't get a big statue like All Might and wasn't even honored on the news when they talked about the skies that he cleared around the world. But that didn't bother him at all. He was honored to have lived out his dream of being a hero, took on a regular job as a teacher at UA, and the win was enough for him. I like this part of the ending, to be honest. It shows a real life lesson in the fact people think you have to demand or work hard for others' respect, when in reality you can't make anyone respect you, and you shouldn't want to. What matters is not others' opinions on you, but if you can truly say you respect yourself and live with honor, that's a win. An honorable life is what people should be after and pursue truly. And I love this spin for the ending. It's beautiful as Deku was the strongest hero of all time, and now he's living a quiet, peaceful life afterward until Bro start cosplaying in that super suit. But that plays into my next part. As I said, Deku isn't the face of the hero world, even after saving the world. All Might still is, but even so, he's inspired some big names. Shoto, Endeavor, Bakugo, and even All Might, the face of the hero world, at the very beginning. But I want to talk about Dai because this is special. Dai, super excited to see Deku, likely takes from Deku some resonance as he's doubted heavily to become a hero just as Deku was. But Deku takes interest in this youth and encourages him. Taking that interest, and sometimes in life, just that little push is all someone needs. Just a little push or a little interest to keep them going. It can change someone's day, it he can change someone's life. And he does the same thing All Might did for him that day. Comes full circle, and it was truly beautiful and inspiring for even me to see. It reminds me of Saitama or One Punch Man, as I said. Deku's taking this route of that guy that was overpowered and the strongest, but nobody really talks about. But even then, he doesn't care for the fame, and just making him special inspired someone special. Just being true to himself. That's why, to me, he's definitely my favorite New Gen MC by far. Probably the best representation I've ever seen of a hero in shonen anime or anime. You can argue some people are braver, maybe because they're facing stronger characters, but even then, those are people with powers. Deku from the very beginning risked his life against multiple people for someone else, just by himself. Always staying true to himself.